All right, everybody, welcome to Monday Night, The Big Picture. It is time. We are about to take a deep dive into DOGE and all the things that's happening around the world. The Gulf of America is official. All kinds of stuff is official, y'all. Come on, it's time for The Big Picture Live. Let's go.
Strap in because we are live.
Here she comes. She's already in here, y'all. She's already in here. She's here. I know she's here. There she is. Nobody claps for me. I don't get that. You only get that when you come in.
And I'm so appreciative.
You're the only one. You and all my guests get that. So, all right. So how you feeling? Everybody's going to want to know, are you recovering? You getting back there.
Cough's trying to come back. It's trying to settle back in my chest. Not receiving it. No. So please, when you pray, say one for me.
Now look at that. Frankie D's in the house. I thought he was, I ain't gonna tell his business, but I thought he would be still on the road. But he might be pulled off side of the road watching the show or something.
I hope he can stay with us.
He probably got up early. He's chilling. But good to see everybody here tonight. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and get it over with so you ain't got to worry about it. And if you hear me talking about it later, you just say, I already did it. It's already done. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I can just chill and enjoy. And if you're watching on the TV, then guess what? Just get your phone out and hit the like button and share it while you're watching on your TV.
All our folks in there are going to help keep us straight tonight.
We got, yes, sir. We got admins tonight.
We got a good team.
We got a good team. They're doing really good. I'm so proud of them. And
I think if you have questions while the show's going on, I think they can probably answer most of them for you. But if not, we'll figure it out.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let's. We got a lot to cover tonight. And I tell you, it's a lot big news week. Every week's a big news week.
Every day is a big news day.
Every day.
Right
now, yeah, breaking. Even right now, got to have my phone over here. Let me just see if there's anything breaking that I just need to break with right now. Y'all just hang with. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what's at the top here.
Thank you, Zilrin.
Oh yeah.
I got to. Okay. Yet tomorrow is 3 weeks when this mess started, and I'm just gonna go ahead and air my grievances. I've been to the doctor twice. I've been to the emergency room. I have had multiple steroid shots, other shots, handfuls of pills, which I am being a good girl and taking all of my medicine. And it stinks. It is what it is. We all do not like to.
And the devil is a liar. I rebuke that devil.
Lie.
Breaking. More Americans on Ozempic are going blind.
What? Losing their actual sight?
I'm just looking at Daily Mail. Are going blind as doctors sound alarm over startling side effect.
What?
So I just thought I'd leave with the top thing that came up on X, and the top thing is Daily Mail is saying,
"Hey, Tabby,
more Americans on Ozempic are going blind."
I'm going to tell you what. I've heard some stuff, but I've not heard that one, okay?
All right. Okay, so look, I don't know. We're gonna leave some breaking news tonight. It's been a crazy day, and a lot of times we come in here on two wheels, and we don't even really have enough time to talk a lot of times. So a lot of times we just are seeing these together. But just before we went on the air, it was breaking everywhere that Hamas says they're going to stop the Gaza hostage release until further notice. Look at you. I told you not to move. I got to adjust you again.
Them's fighting words right there.
I'm moving you again. All right, here we go. But look, it says they're. I'm going to tell you what they're saying here, y'all. So this is big news here tonight, and this is sad news. But Hamas has announced Monday that it would postpone any further hostage prisoner exchanges under a fragile Gaza ceasefire, accusing Israel of violations, while Israel said its military was readying for any possible scenario. The ceasefire that went into effect on January 19th largely halted more than 15 months of fighting in the Gaza Strip and saw 5 groups of Israeli hostages freed in exchange for hundreds of Palestinians in Israeli custody. A spokesman for Hamas armed wing, the Ezzedine al-Qassam brigades, said in a statement that the next hostage release, quote, which was scheduled for next Saturday, February 15th, will be postponed until further notice. The spokesman Abu Abada said the resumption of hostage prisoner exchanges was pending the Israeli occupation's compliance and retroactive fulfillment of the past week's obligation.
You know what they're saying in chat, don't you?
What are they saying?
That means they're probably dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they've even admitted that at least half of them are dead, but I think most of them probably are. But you saw the condition of the ones that came out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I want to go ahead and go here because we're going to, let me see if this is the one. This is, the bottom line is this. Israel has said under no circumstances is Hamas still going to run Gaza. Well, Hamas is still running Gaza because they are the ones that are.
Or what's left of it.
What's left of it. But I wanted to show you, okay, yeah, here it is. Israel, because of this, has placed its military on the highest level of alert after Hamas canceled the next phase of its plan. Tension surged after Hamas accused Israel of breaking the terms of the ceasefire. And these are what we just
missed a super chat. I can't see the name. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much for that super chat. That is Kaylin Warner. Thank you so much. Yes. But I want to play, if I can, let's see if I can find this. This is Trump. Trump was on the airplane coming back from the Super Bowl last night, and this headline here. Trump rips Hamas over starvation of freed Israeli hostages. He said they looked like Holocaust survivors, and they really did. Yeah. President Donald Trump said Sunday that he was angry with Hamas over the evident starvation of the Israeli hostages after 3 men who were released on Sunday appeared emaciated, from evident lack of nutrition.
Or someone said they looked like they're 25 years older.
Yeah, they did. Now, so I want to play this right here. This was on Air Force One when he was leaving the Super Bowl.
Hamas has been a disaster. And by the way, I have to tell you that I watched the hostages come back today, and they look like Holocaust survivors. They were in horrible condition. They were emaciated. It looked like many years ago, the Holocaust survivors. And I don't know how much longer we can take that. When I watch that, I know we have a deal where we're supposed to they dribble in and keep dribbling in, but they are in really bad shape. They have been treated brutally, horribly. Even the ones that came out earlier, they were in a little bit better shape, but mentally they were treated so badly. Who could take that? At some point, we're going to lose our patience. When I see that scene that I saw today with people coming out of helicopters and airplanes that are emaciated, that look like they haven't had a meal in a month, there's no reason for that, and I don't know how much longer we can take it.
Do you mean you want to recast?
I don't know how long we can take it.
Wow.
I watch people that were healthy people a reasonably short number of years ago, and you look at them today, they look like they've aged 25 years. They literally look like the old pictures of Holocaust survivors. The same thing. The same thing. And I don't know how long we're going to take that.
Whew.
There you have it.
Now, what do you think? What do you think he really means? What do you think that he is? That he's going to go and do something. What do you?
I think he's waiting and watching, listening for what they're going to say, and I think he either knows what his next move is going to be, and he's setting that up, or he's working on what his next input to the whole situation will be.
Yeah, and I think that probably you're going to hear, and I'm not predicting this, that I'm some kind of prophet or anything. I just sort of feel, I got this gut feeling that this week you're probably going to hear, because of what Hamas has done, by saying, the deal's off and all this, and like you said, and in the live chat, y'all are saying that it's probably because they realize that most of them are in worse condition, if they're still alive, than these 3, which look terrible, or maybe they're not even alive. And I think he's going to probably take the restraints off of Bibi. He's probably already talked to him when he was here. He's just not ready to say it.
My only reason for not going all in on that the rest of them are not still alive is, when you have to somehow reveal that they're not, you might get carpet bombed or something.
Right.
I mean, why do we restrain if we know there are no more hostages? Obviously they're going to try to work this from every angle to their benefit, and they have benefit. How many hostages or prisoners have they received back into their custody for every one they gave us?
Hundreds, even over 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and these are hardened criminals. Some of them are murderers and terrorists, in place of family members. But the thing about Israel right now is it is a hotbed, and the people of Israel are done with the whole thing. They're done with the war in a lot of ways, and they're taking it a little bit out on Netanyahu as well. I mean, I think he's more popular now than he was not long ago. But I think they're at the place now that, especially after they saw those three guys come out the way they did, paraded, I mean, put up on the stage, mocked, had signs behind them still declaring the end of Israel and all this. Nothing has changed on their end. Nothing. They've not learned anything from just being completely decimated. And they think they're still going to have the high road there. And I think what's happening is the people of Israel are going to see that. And when they hear what Hamas said today and called it off, I think you're going to see an uptick in Israel of people that was against Netanyahu turning towards Netanyahu and saying, we need to finish this war and go get our people. Now, I'm not, I know there's a lot of people that watch us that are, not really happy with Israel and are, against Israel and all of this. I am a staunch believer in the nation of Israel simply because of God's word. And we can debate that another night on what that means. But I do believe that Israel has a right to not only protect itself, but the land is the land. And I think when Donald Trump came out and talked about Gaza, the Riviera of the Middle East and all of this, I think you're starting to hear people in the Middle East going, look, I don't like it, but I think that might be the only way this is going to be solved.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people from other countries, Qatar and some others are saying, I'm open to listening to what this means. But nobody's saying, we'll give you some of our land, so
no.
What's it going to be? I mean,
you're probably going to be talking about it. Let me just go ahead and ask.
Okay.
Is there an article in the lineup tonight, maybe down lower later tonight? Because I got this news article not long ago, an update. Trump is thinking about, or he told Egypt and whoever else that if you don't consider taking some of the Gazans, I will think about cutting your funding.
No, not be honest with you, I've not even heard that.
That happened not long ago.
Okay. Wow. So he's putting the pressure on them to take them. Y'all, I've gone back and I've looked at just recent video footage, drone footage of Gaza. I believe I told you the United Nations said 21 years to rebuild. And America and the allies are saying 12 years to rebuild. So let's just go from the low end. 12 years? 12 years to rebuild, 21 years the United Nations is saying that it will take to rebuild it. That's what Trump is saying. Nobody wants to go back to that. And he's like, look, we want them to have a place, but it's not there. And we're not just going to turn it over to Israel. We're going to make it a global city. I don't know if it will happen, but y'all, a lot of people they laughed at him, they mocked him, but a lot of people are actually listening to it now.
Yeah, and rebuild it to what? Everything you've ever done before has been a dismal failure.
Right.
You allowed Hamas to come in here, then you financially supported them, then it went out of control, and you're in what some refer to as like an open prison. It's where you were living before the bombing and the war started.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys watched the Super Bowl, and I hope that you watched the greatest Super Bowl halftime show in the history of humanity, but it wasn't on Fox. It was right here on the big picture. We did a halftime show alternative. Y'all, I did Elvis. I did my beatbox. I left it all on the stage, y'all. I came on a Michael Jackson level, okay, of
you
halftime
something.
shows.
I'm not exactly sure what, but and you might be embellishing just a little.
But you know what? Nobody even knows because it got blocked.
That's right. That's true.
It got banned and blocked from YouTube. You hear me, YouTube algorithm? I love you, YouTube, but y'all made me mad because I purposely, Sandy, did not play the audio. I've been told over and over again that you can show a clip, just don't play the audio. And I showed a clip of about 9 seconds, just dipping over there to see what everybody on the rest of the world was watching. Yep. And y'all, they blocked the whole show.
I went back 90%. To look at it after. Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. So 90% of the world is what it said is blocked. So I don't know if you can still see it. You're part of the 10% that didn't get it blocked.
We thought we were walking it up to the line, but apparently we actually crossed the line, and
Yeah.
we didn't even know.
Yeah, and
What are you
then
gonna do?
and then I came back when the score was 40, and I did a big thing on 40, and you can go back and look at all that. And I showed a clip of the coach thanking Jesus,
Yeah.
and Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, saying God is good. I got flagged again and threatened to get that one taken off, and I was able to appeal it. It's still in appeal, y'all. They're turning up something. We've never had it happen like that. We every night we show Monday night tonight. Who knows what's going to happen? But tonight we got several videos to show tonight. We do it every Monday night. But y'all, they're turning it up. Our friend from End Time Headlines, Ricky Scaparo, his End Time Headlines app was removed from the Android store today. As far as I know, it's still on iPhone, but it was removed from the store for violations of terms and conditions. It's just a news site. That's all it is. So, y'all, they know something's coming. They cannot stand that they have to release to this alternative media, and they want to grab hold. But we ain't going nowhere. Can I get an amen? Can somebody show some love by just smashing that like button? Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Okay. As you were watching it, if you did watch the halftime show, of which I didn't because I was here, I didn't know this until today. Some of y'all know it. The NFL now confirms that there was a Palestinian protester, was part of the halftime show and was a dancer, had a Palestinian flag in his pocket, standing on the car while everybody's dancing. He takes the flag out, and y'all, he ran all over the place for Palestine. The NFL has revealed that the Palestinian protester who produced the flag emblazoned with Gaza and Sudan during the Super Bowl halftime show was a dancer hired to perform in the event. And here he is having his 15 seconds of fame. And I'm going to mute that so that I don't get something else, but there it is. And I may get flagged anyway because this is part of the Super Bowl. But there it goes. There he goes. He's running. They're trying to. Where's the security? It takes him a while.
So he is a paid part of the show.
He was not paid. I
Okay.
mean, none of the dancers are probably paid, but he was. I think. I mean, he was supposed to be a dancer. One of these guys. Then they finally realize what he's doing.
Okay.
And they get him.
You're done. Let's go.
You're done. And I think he might get away and take off again. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Since I didn't see any of that, I didn't understand how that was working. Whatever, hey. What's this?
Yeah. So you see what's coming, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So breaking. Did you know that an earthquake hit Area 51
Today?
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Look at here. Area 51 was rocked today near Las Vegas with a gigantic, I don't think it was gigantic, but a gigantic tremor sparked tsunami warnings. Yeah, that's right. That's what this is about. This was, they're saying, was an aftershock that made it all the way to us from the one that we covered the other night that was near the Canary Islands in the Caribbean.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look what it says. Tremor sparked after gigantic tremor. They're saying it's a part of like a rolling of earthquakes and moving of magma.
Okay.
The quake struck an area close to a secretive military testing base in Nevada, which has long attracted conspiracies and rumors about its alleged link to UFOs and aliens. An earthquake has hit a secret military testing base near Las Vegas after a gigantic tremor sparked tsunami warnings in the Caribbean. The United States Geological Survey that says there was a giant 2.8, a 2.8 magnitude shake near the highly classified Area 51 in Nevada. But many people are asking, was it really an earthquake?
Yeah.
Or was it something else
Testing?
under the ground?
Testing
Or a
going
testing.
on?
So it said it shook near the highly classified Area 51 base in Nevada. The agency revealed the quake's epicenter was east of Amargosa Valley, around 50 miles from the United States Air Force facility, infamous for conspiracy concerns in its connection with aliens and UFOs. It is not known if the relatively minor tremor caused any structural damage to the base, which had roughly 11-mile perimeter that prevents anyone from accessing it without high-level clearance. Nevada itself is prone to earthquakes and experiences tens of thousands of microtremors every year. A 2.5 to a 5.4 earthquake is often felt, but only cause minor damage. But watch this, y'all. I want to go back to this right here. It says it has a high level of security in the 11-mile perimeter that prevents anyone from accessing the high-level clearance. And I did not pre-approve this with the Queen, but
What?
that brings me to
What?
the adventures of Larry and Sandy.
So this is Area 51.
This is when we went to Area
A
51.
little nervous because they're watching us right now. They're listening to us, and we're going to drive a little closer and get some more pictures.
Oh, my Lord.
But yeah, look, that's it. It's Area 51. Let's go, babe. All right, we are at Area 51.
We are, what do you think,
we go.
60 feet?
Let's walk a little closer
the
and
entrance?
be very careful. The cameras are all around us.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, there
See the
is
camera.
the rotating camera.
This was legendary.
So, watched
There it
a
is,
guy
y'all.
Last night who said this camera was following him. Of course, birds have
And we know
built
that they're
nests
listening
on top of
to
his
us.
light.
Y'all, this is video gold.
Photography of this area is permitted, is
Permitted.
permitted.
No. Oh, this
Here's
area
what-
is
here's what got us.
prohibited.
Okay.
You're saying permitted.
I'm making a, okay, start over. All right, here we are.
Okay, here
Photography
we go.
of this area is prohibited. So apparently I should not be doing this.
I shouldn't be doing
This
that.
is the
Here, shh,
camera
listen.
that
how
will
close I am,
rotate
y'all.
and follow you.
I'm so proud of
No
myself.
drone zone. Doggone it. Put the drone back in the car.
Cindy, watch what you're saying.
She did it when she said that.
This is the
Do you think
fence.
they know we're here?
That scared me again.
Scared me again.
Okay.
Sorry, I know it scared y'all dogs and
Don't
everything.
stop.
Sorry.
The
sorry.
men in black
Sorry.
are coming out.
Sorry. Okay.
It's not
Wow. Look at that razor wire. I can't believe that just happened.
Get it. Let's get a few selfies.
Look,
Get
y'all,
us out of here.
we gotta watch it.
All right.
We gotta watch it again. We
I
gotta watch
I haven't seen this in a minute. I forgot about some of that stuff.
With the back gate.
it. Okay, here's the legendary
And we're
part.
still filming as well.
Still filming. Look at
And,
us. Yeah.
yeah, let's see.
Y'all, this is your trusted big picture family host here. We just got ran off by Area 51, but me being who I am, I realized I did not get a good selfie.
Did you guys hear that?
Get in the picture. You're not in the picture.
We just got this.
We just got alarmed.
We just
I
got.
think it's
the
because of what you
alarm
said.
Sounded.
So let's get a picture here of the.
Was it when I said put the drone
Yeah,
back
shut
in the
up. No, we don't have any.
Y'all, she wouldn't stop talking about having a drone. That's why we got blown up. But now keep in mind, in just a second, we're trying to get a selfie, so I'm still.
It's cold out here.
All right, here we go. We're gonna
Let's
get back
see
to news. Just
how
hang on.
close we can get.
Let's
See how close.
we can get. Okay.
Come right here. Let's get one more picture right here. Come here. Come here. Hurry.
We're trying to get a selfie.
Trying to get a selfie.
Yeah, this is the shot right here.
Wait
This is the
for it.
side. Get in.
Look, you can see my whole hand in the shadow on the camera.
Here we are.
All right. So
And we didn't get the selfie, did we?
this is the famous Area 51, and as you just
We got
heard, Sandy.
We just had an alarm sound.
Sandy just got us alarmed. Oh, there we go. All right, roll over again. Roll over. Let's go. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, that happened.
Thank you for your service.
That happened.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we're leaving
Thank you.
now. We're leaving.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you.
This next part's pretty good.
Ah.
Hold on, y'all. We're going back to
They won't
news.
turn it off.
It
It's
kept
still
going.
going.
It's still going.
It's still on.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
They're telling
They
us
want
get out.
us gone.
It's still going.
They must watch our show.
The big picture. 7 p.m. tonight.
Oh, it just turned off.
What in the world?
Wow.
That's the closest thing to getting arrested. Thank you. Thank you. The big picture.
7 p.m.
YouTube.com/the big picture. LarryRaven.com.
That's enough. Y'all, I just wanted to remind you, on the day that Area 51 was in the news, it just, when I saw this entering Area 51, I thought, I'm going to surprise her tonight, and I'm going to remind her. And maybe we got a lot of new Big Picture family that maybe did not get a chance to experience that. And I will, when the show's over with, you got to remind me, I will link the full video down below when we went live that night retelling our adventures to Area 51. It was something. It was something. Yeah.
Yep.
So moving on, let us know in the live chat if you enjoyed that. And if you would ever like to, maybe could we take a big picture like trip to Area 51? Do you think they would let us back in there again?
I
mean, we could just like take some of our peeps back out there, and
it may have a worse events if we go. I don't know. I'm game, but it may not go so well.
I'm sure I'm on the list. I was on a list before then, but I think we're both on a list big time now.
No, you're on several lists.
I'm on several lists. All right, let's get back into the news. A new Attorney General, Pam Bondi, has sending a warning to the leakers. This is crazy, y'all, of the ICE raids. We will come after you is what she's saying. So for those that don't know what's going on, of course, there's beginning to fulfill his campaign promise, the largest deportation in our history. And yeah, it's starting off not real big, but not small either. But many of them are being deported back. But what's happening is a lot of these cities they're going into, they're already being tipped off. And Pam Bondi, the new Attorney General, is I don't know if it's got a video on here or not. So she says we know, basically she knows who the leakers are, and it is allegedly several people are reporting that it is coming. If you can believe this, from our own FBI is leaking to the local news media that the raids are coming.
There may be a leak inside the House as it relates to DHS and some of the operations that they are attempting to carry out. What's your reaction to hearing about that, and what, if anything, can be done to mitigate that?
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are, and we will come after you. And it's not going to stop our mission. It's not going to stop the president's mission to make America safe again. We were very clear with the lawsuit that we filed in Chicago that if you don't follow the law, you will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
That's bold. She's being bold. And look, I'm at the point right now. I used to, when I hear things like that, I'd say, yeah, that's big talk. But I don't know, man. I think this administration is going to do what they're saying they're going to do.
They've done a lot of things, bold things, and most everything that I've seen has just been common sense.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Exactly. This is not a big, it seems like a big reach, and it's some bold action, but it's just common sense action.
Absolutely. And I see some people over there saying we need Kash Patel now. I agree. Kash Patel, boy, the FBI is in serious need. But look what new Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is blasting the FBI as corrupt, appears to accuse the Bureau directly of leaking information on large-scale ICE raids. Yeah. So Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, openly criticized the Federal Bureau of Investigation as corrupt. Our fiery statement appeared to accuse the FBI of leaking sensitive information concerning impending large-scale immigration raids orchestrated by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, in the Los Angeles region. These raids, which are part of an effort involving ICE, the FBI, and the Drug Enforcement Administration, came to public attention through an internal government document that was mysteriously leaked to the far left press. And let's see if we've got video here. Well, this is just a post, but it says that this is from her X account. She is saying the FBI is so corrupt, we will work with any and every agency to stop leaks and prosecute these crooked deep state agents to the fullest extent of the law. And she's quoting from the Los Angeles Times X account, leaked documents says large-scale immigration enforcement action coming soon to LA. I mean, this is like, and I know people are going to say it's not the same thing, but we have been invaded. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not like, I understand this is not like we are in mainland China fighting China and someone leaked our battle plans to attack a certain part of China.
Oh, hang on. Somebody said BP Earthwatch in the house.
Come on, BP. We love BP.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, we love some BP Earthwatch, y'all.
Right.
And if you follow anybody, you need to be following BP Earthwatch. He is on top of everything.
Yes.
But and I'm looking forward to getting to meet him one day, maybe,
Absolutely.
because we follow everything he does. But this is sort of like, because we really are at a war for freedom.
Well, it's been a quiet invasion to
It
this
is.
point.
And some of these people that are in these gangs and these cartels, they've declared war on us.
Of course.
So this would be considered, in my opinion, the Los Angeles Times is leaking almost like wartime battle plans.
Right. Look, again, I will say a lot has happened just in this last 2 years. You go back 2 years to 2023. We had the train derailments. We had the attack of the substations. We had the balloons. We had this and that and the other thing. Okay, yeah, maybe some of that was hacking from outside of this country, but how much of that was possibly, not saying it was, possibly perpetrated by bad actors who have come into our country? And I will even go further to say, okay, yeah, corruption at the FBI. How does the CIA outpace the FBI in their level of corruption? Are they even far more corrupt than the FBI? Is the FBI worse than the CIA? I'm betting there's a lot bad in both of those organizations.
Absolutely. Well, this one, it goes on to say, it says, despite her strong accusation, ICE officials, according to a report from Fox News, seemed baffled by Noem's claims. Sources within ICE stated that they were unaware of the basis of her allegations against the FBI. This is not the first act of sabotage that redounded by the benefit of illegals. Now watch this. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, revealed someone leaked to Trinidad, how you say that?
Trinidad
gang members that ICE was raiding Colorado apartments. And when ICE agents showed up, the apartments were completely empty.
Yeah, how about that?
At the same time, activists shouted in bullhorns as ICE agents raided a Cedar Run apartment complex on Wednesday morning. We're addressing that immediately today. Operation Security. How these leaks are happening, Tom Homan told Fox News anchor Harris Faulkner. We've already identified how this operation got leaked. I would deal with that today. Dude, I would not want to have Tom Homan on messing with me. That dude is fire.
It's not, man, doggone it, they outsmarted us again. It's move, counter move, move, counter move.
Yeah.
You move on me, okay, I'll tell you what. You want to sow to the wind, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get the whirlwind.
You're going to get the whirlwind.
You're going to reap the whirlwind.
You sow to the wind. You're going to get the whirlwind.
So that's how I feel about that.
Come on.
Anyway.
Dun, 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 dun. That's all we saying right now. Is that what they say on Hee Haw?
We're through playing now.
We're through playing now. We're through playing now. Now, watch this. The number has increased. Now over 65,000 federal workers have reportedly accepted Trump's administration's buyout offer. Okay. I mean, come on, y'all. That's an 8-month paid vacation, and you can still get another job, or you can retire with full benefits if you've got your time in. 65,000 federal workers have reportedly accepted the offer. And it goes on to say that the federal judge has expected to weigh in the matter today. And I haven't heard what came of that. But last week, the figure appeared to top around about 40,000 accepting the offer to either quit their government job willingly with extended pay and benefits or risk downsizing anyway. If you resign under this program, you will retain all pay and benefits, regardless of your daily workload, and will be exempted from all applicable in-person work requirements until September 30th, 2025, or earlier if you choose to accelerate your resignation for any reason. The memo sent in January to roughly 2 million federal employees reads in part warning that employees who wish to stay will face enhanced standards of suitability and conduct, And still, there will be the risk of elimination as government agencies plan to downsize via restructuring, realignment, and reduction in force. And
if it's real, if it can get done, that's got to be one of the sweetest deals I've ever heard, especially if you're close to retirement age. If it's actually can happen. I know there's accusations. If you take it, you're going to regret it because you're not actually going to see that.
Yeah.
The president's not actually going to follow through. I don't know. Maybe that, you know how you put these large, even outlandish thoughts and ideas out there so that you've got wiggle room to get it back to where you actually needed it to be.
Yeah.
Because is everything held up right now?
yeah, they're saying in the live chat that the judge came back and it's saying it's still on hold.
Exactly.
In fact, I do remember reading that not only did he say it was on hold, and we'll get to the Elon Musk and something in just a moment, but he's some rogue judge, some Obama-appointed judge said not only do you have to put back every dime that you supposedly cut, but from now on, before you cut anything, you have to ask me if I think it's a good idea.
Oh, boy.
He literally said that.
I bet that went over great.
It's got to come through me. This one judge says, if I think it's a good cut, I'll let you cut it.
Yeah, I bet Trump received that amazingly.
Now, you remember this? This happened just this week.
This was right here.
Bless this guy's
I want to
heart right here.
save this on my phone so I can pull it back up periodically and watch it again.
At first, now I may be wrong on this. At first, I thought this guy was security. But I think he works for the Department of Education because he was inside, or he's a federal worker, and he comes out, and all these other people, even the guards, are all standing inside watching this one guy. So that's what made me think that he might be like special forces or something. But I don't know. I haven't even played this yet, but we've watched it. So let's see what happens.
Sir, you are not the spokesman for the department. Sir, 94 members of Congress signed a letter asking the acting secretary for a meeting.
Trying to save your job. You won't have a job if we don't help you.
I'm not going to let you put that there.
Listen to the words of Maxine. She goes, "We pay you. We pay you. No, Maxine, we pay him, not you. Exactly. We pay you, Maxine."
I'm not
afraid.
We are allowed to go to that desk right there.
There was no danger to you.
Go get somebody to escort us in. You know this
The
building.
acting secretary, Denise Carter.
Yeah, that's who we came to see.
I've explained why you're not coming.
Well, are you prepared to stand here for 24 hours with us?
We've been over this.
Are you prepared to stand here all night if we decide to stay?
I guess.
Did these
so.
Musk hire you?
They're blocking us. See this man here.
Now watch it. This is
a
disgusting.
federal employee. He told us.
He's not.
Are you a federal employee?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
And he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Make sure they see right here. All access entrance.
He's going to stand here and tell the members of Congress who are elected, who vote for the funding.
We'll go in with you.
We're not dangerous. I'm not. I got bad arthritis. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not a prize fighter, except for children. And I am here standing in the gap for them.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Jim Harefield. Put that in your car.
Y'all, this is what's called doxing. This is her openly trying to shame this man that she has no idea who he is.
Right.
She wants to shame him. Watch how she talks to him.
Jim Harefield. Is that your name? Is that your name? Oh, he said that's his name. So put that when you show his picture, identify it.
Now, we're asking questions about Trump's plans to shutter the Department of Education, to cut Title I funding.
And this went on and on. So what I have to say about that is this. This was a dress them up and parade them for the camera.
That's all it was.
But how long?
She said, we're going to be here 24 hours. Yeah,
probably 5 minutes later, she was in her car. How long do you think it took and how much coffee and morning prescriptions to get those old folks down there to put this show on for the cameras?
It was for
the evening news.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're mad, but this was a show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're tore up the fact that Donald Trump I don't know. Last I heard, he's basically shut down the Department of Education. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually been shut down or not, but I've heard that. I can't keep up with it.
So from what I took from what he said, and again, all of this over promising to get where you really want to be, and I don't know where that is, but what I understood, he wanted to get rid of it. It's irrelevant. It's not needed. Return this to the states.
To the states, yeah.
So,
look, the Department of Education did not exist until Jimmy Carter. And before Jimmy Carter, we was either number 1 or number 2 in every part of the rating systems for kids around the world. And now what are we, in the 20s?
Oh my gosh, I thought he said 40s.
40s? I mean, that's ridiculous. And that happened after the Department of Education because you cannot ever make things better with government programs.
Yes.
Government programs are supposed to be temporary. Yes. They're supposed to be temporary to help you, but there's never been a temporary government program.
They are bloated, wasteful, overreaching, full of horrible ideas.
Yes.
Not to excel you, but to, you see where we are in rankings. I mean, my goodness, what more do you need to know?
Continuing on the chaos in Washington, D.C. and around the world due to the world's richest man. Not just, how about this? One of the most richest men is the president, and he's got a controversial richest man in the world, Elon Musk, working for him. And he started this thing called DOGE. And DOGE team, y'all, this is how defiant they are and how they feel like they've been so entitled for so long. They were told to cease all spending, stop all spending with FEMA. Guess what? This week, DOGE team discovered that FEMA, now I want you to let this make your blood boil when you think about North Carolina, when you think about Maui, when you think about Los Angeles, when you think about
North Carolina?
No, not North Carolina. Who are the one that and East Palestine? We always it's been so long. East Palestine, all these people, these things that have happened. $59 million. Wait a minute. Just last week. And only in New York City to luxury hotels to house illegals in New York City. Musk vows to recoup the funds. I want to say that again. $59 million, even though they were told to stop doing it, they went ahead and did it anyway for luxury hotels for 1 week for illegal aliens in only one city. That's your FEMA.
That's great.
And they are trying to stop him from doing this. Elon Musk reported Monday, as we just said, that according to Musk, sending this money to these high-end hotels violated the law. This directly interferes with the President Trump's executive order. And why is FEMA paying for illegal alien housing when they ignore Americans suffering living in tents in places like North Carolina?
There you go.
FEMA funds are meant for American disaster relief, not to fund Joe Biden's invasion. Musk says a clawback demand will be made today to recoup the funds. That's insane.
Well, I hope he can recoup all of
That's
those
just
funds.
one city in 1 week.
One. Yeah.
What is going on around the whole country?
Good question.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. By the way, I've never heard that full song. I just know that part. I don't really have a desire to.
That's quite old.
But
that goes back a minute.
I need new jokes.
You need new everything.
I need new everything. I don't need.
You don't need a new wife.
I don't need a new wife.
That's true.
I got you trained good.
Thank you.
You didn't pop back on that.
No, babe.
Wow.
I'm good.
So I got you trained good?
I'm the good wife.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, and I can't talk very well. Y'all, I busted my lip open.
I was wondering if he's going to tell people what happened to your lip because people probably wonder what did
if I'm
did they get in a fight or something?
Or my lip looks funny. Look, it looked like a slasher movie on Saturday night.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
I ran down to the church to do a few quick things, and I bent over to put something in a box, and there was an umbrella in the box. So thank you for that super chat.
Tamika.
When I pressed that item down in the box, the umbrella arm sprung straight up and hit me, and my lip bled for almost 3 hours, and it would not stop bleeding.
Oh, look, Tamika done gave us 2. Thank you for them, Tamika, too.
Right.
But let me just say this. I'm just going to go ahead and air it out there. Since you went there, I'm going to air it out in front of our whole family.
I hate it when you do that to me.
I'm mad at you because you bled for 3 hours, didn't even tell me.
What
I found out after the fact, y'all.
What were you possibly going to do?
I could have prayed for you. I could have been like a compassionate husband.
Look, you got a cowgirl up. I just rolled up a paper towel and stuck it between my teeth and lip and just went on.
She gets in that beast mode.
You got to soldier on, okay? This ain't child's play, okay? I'm fighting the devil here.
Come on. That's right. We fighting the devil on the big picture.
The devil here.
Y'all smash that like button if y'all enjoying this show tonight. Why don't y'all show some love? Why are you not showing us love?
Yeah.
We got 563 people watching.
The love?
296 likes and 1 dislike. That one guy comes in here every week. You always get 1 dislike.
I will say this one more thing about my lip.
Okay.
So whenever you watch a movie and somebody gets shot and they don't realize they've been shot in their guts or whatever for the first 3 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like,
they look at the blood and they go, oh.
That was me with my lip. I didn't even realize I had been busted in my face immediately. All of a sudden I'm feeling this, something's on my face and stuff's going on. I'm like, oh no, is my tooth still there? Oh God. Then I run to the bathroom. And that's when the slasher movie.
And you left a trail of blood.
And then I had to clean that up.
One more thing, and we're moving back to the news. But she thought she was going to get away with it. But then she got to church yesterday, and people was like, what's this blood doing in right here?
Yeah, I thought I got everything cleaned up.
I didn't get all the blood. Okay, so people are asking question, how in the world did Donald Trump have the right, and it was to come in so quickly? Almost sounded like this crazy idea that Elon Musk said, hey, let's start this thing called the Department of Governmental Efficiency, call it DOGE, and then I'll just come in there and I'll just expose all the waste. Well, you may be surprised to all the DOGE haters that the power to have a DOGE was put in place by Barack Obama.
What?
Yep.
I am surprised to know that.
He didn't know it, that it was going to be used for that, because that's what happens when you're in power. You do things and you don't think about the fact that you ain't always going to be in power. Barack Obama inadvertently created the DOGE department when covering for Obamacare website failure. Listen to this, y'all. This is crazy. In March of 2010, when Barack Obama created the Affordable Care Act, I remember this well, with 0 Republican support. Remember, it was all Democrats. The law was a light form of socialized health care, similar to how such systems operate in Europe. Obamacare needed every single vote in order to pass, and it took a lot of work to get the necessary votes to pass the overall of the entire industry. The 60-39 vote to pass the bill in the U.S. Senate was reliant on the Senate Democrat votes from Alaska, who won after the Department of Justice lied, blah, blah, blah. One of the 2 prosecutors from the department's notorious Public Integrity Division in the Stevens case. And he goes on and gives you details and all this. Okay. But here's the thing. The passage of the partisan controversial overhaul of the nation's health care sparked what is known as the Tea Party. Well, when they went and to sign up, when passing Obamacare, they lied about many things. Remember, they said we got to pass the bill before we can read what's in it?
No. Yeah.
As part of the law, some of the savings used to create a form of nationalized health care. Let me get down to this part right here.
Which was the height of hypocrisy.
The only problem was, like most left-wing fantasies, reality got in the way. The Obamacare website was a disaster. You remember that?
Yes.
It shut down, broke down. Nobody could sign up. They originally said it cost $200 million to make this website. Y'all can make a website through Wix.com or something like that for nothing. But it cost $200 million originally to make a website. In the end, it would cost over $840 million for the website of Obamacare.
Can you say government corruption?
Exactly. It wouldn't work at all in the Safari browser, and it regularly crashed. When then President Barack Obama tried to symbiotically sign up for the system himself, it crashed and couldn't verify his identity.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. The Obamacare website contact had been given close personal friend of Michelle Obama, her college classmates at Princeton, as to do this. So for her part, asked last month about DOGE on Bloomberg, she looked forward to engaging with Musk's team, blah, blah, blah. And let's see where it gets down to here. Okay, so in 2014, when the government was trying to fix the broken Obamacare website, her firm had made the new contractors they brought in were unable to do so. As a solution to the problem, instead of admitting that the vendor with personal friendships with Obama had created a $1 billion website, it did not work. The solution was to create the, quote, United States Digital Service. The USDS was given the authority to fix the Obamacare website. The USDS was formally created on August 11, 2014, and gives the details on this. I'm trying not to bore you guys, but it goes on to say that this website, and now we see Jared Kushner's name coming up, said the first election in 2016 was a crisis for him, punch in the gut. President's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, come on, where is it at? I'm trying to get down here to the part that's the deep part. When they tried to shut down Obamacare, but here's the most important, here it is. Importantly, the service was given the authority to investigate and operate the tech backends of all federal departments and agencies. So President Trump tasked the USDS, aka DOGE, with a software modernization initiative to update the software, and they used that to create DOGE. And what Obamacare, because of the debacle of Obamacare and the website, created an agency that was still in place. And because we said, when you start an agency in Washington, it never shuts down. It was sitting behind the scenes, still operating. And Elon Musk come in and took over it, renamed it DOGE.
Did he know about it, or did he have to find it? Did he, when he was digging and scouring? But either way, he just activated this, and that's why he's able to do these things so fast.
That gave him the power to get for his DOGE team, his DOGE boys and girls, to have access to the back end of all the back doors of all the systems because of Obama.
All right.
Who knew that was going to come out?
No.
That is crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm loving that.
Yeah. So look at this. This just gives you some of the things that this was still being used for. The USDS was proudly showcased on his website that it was working on creating vaccine finder tools, conducting research on how to improve Social Security. So see, this was still working. This was a working industry, and you won't hear anybody else say this on the mainstream media. Yeah. But this is a fact. Elon Musk came in and used that authority that was already in there, renamed it DOGE, and then just said, we're not going to waste government money. We're going to fix it. Y'all, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So let's get into some of the details of just a few of the things. There's no way we got enough time even on this show, Sandy, to list all the things that DOGE has found. No. But let's just look at a few things here. These are just a few things that were revealed this week so far. You paid for it, but not anymore. Breaking this morning, and this was a day or two ago, the White House releases more projects that you paid for from USAID or USAID, the wasteful, unaccountable government agency that has been dismantled by DOGE and Elon Musk. Which, by the way, was it not shocking to you last Monday night when we revealed that this has been in existence for 60 years?
Absolutely.
60 years.
Absolutely.
Did anybody in the live chat before last Monday night show know that the USAID has been operating and sending money to things all over the world for 60 years? Yeah. 60 years. Okay.
So far, it seems like the meltdowns have been worse over USAID.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about.
Because we think that's probably that was their money cow. That's how they hid everything. But look at some of the things that they hid. Here's a look at where your tax dollars went, including terror groups. I hope you're proud. $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gender language. $8 million to teach them how to avoid that. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. $1.5 million for,
I'm sorry, how did you even say that?
Kazakhstan. Hey, look, I can say some words.
I'm looking at
Is it Kazakhstan or Kazakhstan? Either one. It's fine. Look
either
at-
way.
Boom.
That you even got into that ballpark
Kazakhstan.
is impressing me.
Kazakhstan.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. $1.5 million for, quote, art for inclusion of people with disabilities. $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. $6 million to transform digital spaces to reflect feminist democratic principles. I don't even know what I just said. $2.1 million to help, watch this, the BBC, British Broadcasting Company, value diversity of the Libyan society.
Well,
What?
I just want to say that can you really put a price on starving Guatemalans understanding about their sexual orientation and rights? I mean,
Exactly.
you know,
How
let's-
about
don't
food?
Don't be a Grinch here, okay?
How about food? How about food?
No, after they can be fed after
They realize
after their
what gender
sexual
they are.
orientation has fully been
$10
explained to them.
million worth of USAID funded meals, which went to Al Qaeda link terror groups. So we were feeding Al Qaeda link terror groups. We weren't feeding the people in North Carolina. We weren't feeding the homeless veterans, but we were sending $10 million of USAID money, your tax dollars, to feed Al Qaeda linked terror groups. $25 million for Deloitte? What is that?
Deloitte.
Deloitte? Do you know what that is? For Deloitte to promote, I guess it's a company, green transportation in the country, not the state of Georgia. $2.5 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. I'm not through. Let's continue.
But wait,
There's more. If I can zoom in, but it won't let me zoom in more, so I'm going to have to read it. I know the text is small. Just hang on. Let's see if it will let me one more time.
Sure,
I'll just read
do
it.
not even expect me to read that.
$16.8 million for a separate inclusion group in Vietnam. $5 million to EcoHealth Alliance, one of the key NGOs funding bat virus research in the Wuhan lab. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here, y'all. Please let me zoom in so y'all can see it. It's not going to let me. It's crazy. All right. $20 million for a group related to a key player in the Russiagate impeachment host. $1.1 million for Armenian LGBT group. $1.2 million to help African Methodist Episcopal Church Service and Development Agency in Washington, D.C. build a state-of-the-art 440-seat auditorium. The government could have helped us pay for our church. I didn't know the government could help build a church.
Yeah, I'm down for that government stuff now.
I want to get out of debt. $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. I'm almost through. Stay with me. See how bored we're getting? We're getting bored because I keep reading stats, but every one of these are millions of our tax dollars.
Right.
And that's what they want us to do, to be so much that we would think, well, we don't need to worry about that. $2 million to promote LGBT equality through entrepreneurship in Latin America. $500,000 to solve sectarian violence in Israel just 10 days before the Hamas October 7th attack. $2.3 million for artisanal and small-scale gold mining in the Amazon. And I'm almost through. Four more. $3.9 million for LGBT. Do you see the pattern? A lot of LGBT stuff in here. Causes in Western Balkans, $5.5 million for LGBT activism in Uganda, $6 million for advancing LGBT issues in priority countries around the world, $6.3 million for men who have sex with men in South Africa. That's what it's called in the document. $6.3 million for men who have sex with men in Africa, South Africa. And then $8.3 million for education, equity, and
I had
inclusion.
a question, but I'm going to shelve it.
Much more.
I'm not going to ask that.
Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there. Y'all.
Yeah.
That's tax dollars.
Right.
And oh God, this is so crazy to me. The Democrats are fighting so hard to stop you knowing this.
Yes.
Does that not make you angry? Does it not expose what is really going on?
Yes.
Y'all, this has been going on in this just USAID. We ain't talking about the DOD. We ain't talking about Social Security. We ain't talking about Medicare and Medicaid. We're just talking about the USAID for 60 years. Do you know, Sandy, that means trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars of you going to work, working your tail off,
Yes.
having your taxes cut, not being able to bring that money home,
Right.
worried that if you don't show your taxes, you will go to jail.
Yes.
And they took that money, and this is what they've been doing
These are the
with it.
crazy things they did to it, with it, while you are suffering, doing without, and we know people around the world are hungry. We're not talking about feeding people. We're talking about funding stupid, trivial, unnecessary, and maybe even dangerous things.
Yeah, and people are making a good point. Did it actually even get to them? A lot of it didn't.
Hey.
We know a lot of it didn't.
Hey, what's his name over in Ukraine? He's
Zelensky.
saying, I didn't receive a lot of that money.
He said $100 billion of it I ain't never even seen. I don't know where $100 billion is.
And how in the world is he just now barking at us about that after 2 years of this war and
because he
sending
didn't want to
money?
say it to the Biden administration because it might stop what little bit they could get. Now he's confessing. Now he's trying to be a part of. Let me help you, Daddy Trump. Let me help you with. Let me tell you what's going on here. We didn't get all that money, so investigate. DOGE. DOGE, y'all. I'm telling you right now, that guy's got them 19, 20, 21-year-olds in there. They got them weird names. I ain't gonna say their names.
Mm-hmm.
They got some funny names, not so funny names. And but y'all, they're geniuses. And people's like, he's bringing these kids in, and he's bringing these young college-age kids in. Well, the problem is they don't have no agenda except they like hacking things, and they're just doing the job. And these old timers, y'all, what's his name? What's the Republican guy's name that was the speaker, the Senate leader? That
not Paul Ryan.
No, the one that's in a wheelchair, can barely walk now. I can't think of his name. He was the former Senate leader forever. I'm having a brain freeze right now. I see his face. He froze. He freezes up all the time.
Oh, is he in a wheelchair now?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
I didn't realize
he was in a boot and a
wheelchair.
wheelchair. He had to be physically picked up and put into the SUV to be brought to do a vote. And of course, he's going to vote against. He's going to vote. He's doing everything he can do to stop Donald Trump. But what I'm trying to say is they're the ones complaining about these young people who are exposing what they're doing.
Of course.
Y'all, the reason they're freaking out is because that's how you go in there and you got a job that pays you $150,000 a year, and you keep that job for a few years, and after a few years, you're a multi-millionaire.
Exactly. That and some other stuff we probably don't need to delve into.
Exactly. Guess what else DOGE did today? DOGE canceled more than $180 million in contracts from Health and Human Services, and part of that was $170,000 for a Fauci museum exhibit.
I told you about that this morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were going to spend the HHS, which is going to be what Robert Kennedy Jr. is trying to be appointed and confirmed as. Their money was going to take $170,000 to build a museum for Fauci. Y'all, these people are sick. Included a terminating of $168,000 contract for exhibit at the NIH museum to honor Fauci, and also you included a screenshot of funds allocated for the Fauci exhibit, showing the money was meant to be spent in July 24 and July 25. Details of the planned exhibit were scarce, but it would likely focus on Fauci's long career in the federal government. I wonder if it's going to have, there he is. I wonder if it's going to have when he actually goes to, no, I better be quiet, because he still gets his flag. His name still gets his flag. They canceled 62 contracts worth $182 million. These contracts were entirely, listen to this, not for the well-being of people, for administrative expenses. None touched any health care programs. Yeah. $182 million from the Health and Human Services. 62 contracts. Not one of the 62 contracts affected the health of a single human being. It was all administrative expenses. Is this firing you up like it's firing me up?
Well, it's disgusting me. Yeah, it's making me mad too. But that's just a regular Tuesday, you know? And most of them are way worse than that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Let us continue, because tonight's show is about telling you just how bad it really is. This is why they are so mad. Let's go back to USAID again. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. USAID has pushed nearly $500 million, $472 million through a secretive U.S. government finance NGO called Internews Network, which has worked with 4,291 media outlets, producing in 1 year 4,799 hours of broadcasts, reaching up to 778 million people and training over 9,000 journalists. Those are 23 figures. And also supported social media censorship initiative. This operation claims offices in 30 countries, including main offices in U.S., London, Paris, and regional headquarters in Kiev, Bangkok, and Nairobi. It is headed up by Jean Borgo, who pays herself $451,000 a year. She has worked out of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow during the 90s, where she was in charge of $250 million budget and in other revolts or conflicts in critical times, before formally rotating out of 6 years at USAID to this called IM. And he goes on to tell about her bio, but let us review right here. Mm-hmm. This is just one of the programs of USAID that is now effectively shut down, and all these people are freaking out that it's shut down. $472 million to train media on the narrative of what to say and to how to censor opposing views. Your tax dollars.
Of course.
I want to know in the live chat. Give me something in the live chat. Tell me how you're feeling right now, because I'm ready.
A lot of the content and narrative of, our news in this country, at least, I believe, is sent down or approved from the CIA. I think probably movie scripts are sent through the CIA before movies are made, and so on and so forth. So I don't know if they're creating their own narratives, if they're getting them from the CIA, or if they're just doing the training of how to deliver the content. But whatever, it's bad. It's all bad. It's terrible. Are they... Is it shut off right now, or is it still...
Well, he just canceled those contracts. I don't think it's shut down. I don't think it's shut down. He's just beginning to expose it. But wasn't just him. Look, WikiLeaks, which is hated by the deep state as well, because they share things and expose things. So WikiLeaks is the one that actually revealed this. They got into the system, and they're notorious for getting into the system, and they are the ones that posted this of all this kind of stuff here. And DOGE saw this and then canceled the contracts. It goes on to say, launched a new $10 million funding supporting independent media in 23. Guess what? At the Clinton Global Initiative. Well, do you think any of that money is going to come to us? Because we're independent media. Are we going to get any of the USAID money to help us promote our views?
Yeah, I wouldn't be waiting on any checks.
I mean, that's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair, Sandy. When are we going to get our fair share?
Yeah, exactly.
But you've heard of. I'm here. I'm an equal. I say at my church, if I hadn't offended you yet, hang on. I'm an equal opportunity offender. All right. So here's the reality. The church is not exempt. They are a problem. They're as woke as anything out there. The church has become so woke and disgusting, some of the things that the church is doing. And one of the magazines that I used to have a subscription to when we first got married and called the ministry, because I was thinking, who doesn't want to read Christianity Today? Christianity Today has gone so woke. They are pro-abortion. They are pro-LGBT. They are just so woke. Guess what? USAID was also funding the narrative of woke churches.
Well, there you go. I've been telling you for a couple of years now. You got bad actors infiltrating churches,
Absolutely.
getting on staff, gaining more influence, inserting themselves into influential places, climbing the ladder, and before you know it,
ding, ding, ding.
A church that you used to love and identify with, you don't even know what's going on there anymore.
Recognize it. That's right. Christianity Today received $1.8 million just in 2023 from where else? USAID. Well, look at that. Turns out Daily Wire journalist and author Shepherd Purcell, Megan Masham, was right all along. Who would have guessed it? And there it is. There's the document that was provided. Mark Driscoll is sharing it there. I'll just leave this right here, and it shows that the government, you see in the yellow there, $1,835,000. These so-called Christian leaders weren't just drifting woke left out of the goodness of their progressive little hearts. Nope. They were literally on the payroll. The revelations of taxpayer dollars going to Russell Moore's Christianity Today magazine and St. Louis's Revoice Conference, not to mention other recipients, suggest that America does have a real Christian nationalism problem, but it's on the political left, not the right.
Wow.
I better be quiet for a second.
Good reporting tonight.
Thank you. We're breaking news tonight. Here's another thing that just broke. Did you notice that when he did his Oval Office, the last time he signed an executive order, and now I think it's so interesting, he had a giant penny. It was this big over his shoulder on the shelf behind him. He had the pictures of his family, and he has this big giant penny. And somebody said, I forgot where it was from, but somebody brought it from somewhere that's famous, whatever. But lo and behold, he was broadcasting. He was broadcasting because
may not have known it.
You may not have known it.
That was predictive programming.
That sure was, because here we go. President Trump orders Treasury to stop the production of new pennies.
Why?
Why? Here, let's see why. Because he ordered the U.S. Treasury to cease production of new pennies, calling the practice an unnecessary drain on taxpayer dollars. The announcement came shortly after Trump left the Super Bowl, departing about 10 minutes into the second half to return to Washington, D.C. During Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, Trump was seen standing in his private box alongside his daughter, Ivanka Trump. As he traveled back to the nation's capital, Trump took to Truth Social, declaring, quote, "For far too long, the United States has minted pennies which literally cost us more than 2 cents. By the way, it came out today. It's like 3.5 cents, something like that.
Can I just say 3 words here? More common sense.
Ding, 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 ding,
Why
ding,
do we
ding.
need to make a 1 cent function of currency that cost us 3.5 times more to make than what it's worth?
Our government at its finest.
Now, look, ultimately, hey, sorry, this is just going to lead to probably wanting to get rid of the nickel and ultimately to a digital currency.
Yeah,
But
that's where I was about to go.
sadly,
This is where it's
that was going to happen anyway.
It's going to happen anyway, yep.
And I don't know,
Yep.
people are going to have to adjust prices or whatever if
Yep.
we're not having pennies anymore or whatever that looks like. But
Yeah.
let the stupid stop. Let the stupid stop.
You know what you just made me think of?
What?
This whole thing of when somebody's selling something on TV and they want to sell it for $20 and they say, but it's only $19.99. They're going to have to stop that. Because how are you going to do it? You can have pennies when the pennies all run out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that messed them completely up. Right.
But this was the actual, he says, let's rip this waste of our great nation's budget, even if it's a penny at a time. And the statistics support Trump's decisive action. In fiscal year 2023, the United States mint approximately $179 million on the production of pennies and nickels combined. Astonishingly, each penny cost about 3.07 cents to manufacture, while nickels come in a whopping 11.54 cents a piece.
Somebody on here said 14 cents. I don't know.
I'm just reading what it's saying here.
Either way, bad.
A nickel is 11.5 cents to make. So that's coming next. So yeah. So $179 million. The Mint produced over 4.5 billion pennies in 23. Around 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation produced. 3-cent pennies. He said a penny or 3 cents for your thoughts. So yeah, there's no doubt about it that this is going to save money, but there's no doubt about it. I promise you, probably within this week or next week, you're going to hear nickels are about to be stopping too, because like I said, we don't want to go to an all digital. We don't want CBDC. No. We don't want that. And he said that he don't want that. But the reality is this: we are going to a cashless society. We are going that direction. There's no stopping it. I'm sorry, and it just don't make sense. Let's be honest. Let's just all in the live chat, all in the comment section, tell me. I want to know how many of you actually still carry, especially guys that don't carry a purse, real men that just have pockets and they put their wallet back there and their keys in the front pocket. How many of you really do still carry pennies with you everywhere you go, or even change, period, or even cash? But I'm really talking about change right now. Most people don't even carry cash anymore. But I think the pennies are gone, the nickels are next, and y'all won't stop then, because who knows what the dime costs? And the dime's a little bit smaller, maybe don't cost as much.
Right.
But what does that quarter cost?
Look, we've already had a direct or indirect run at this during COVID.
Yeah.
In our area,
It's true.
I don't know how much of the nation was experiencing this, but you would go places and they would blatantly tell you,
yeah,
we can't give you change, coins.
Yeah.
We have no coins. You can't use coins.
Which I thought was very suspicious.
Look, there may have been a real reason. It may have been a real thing, or who knows? Maybe it was just some kind of test run. What did you just do to monitors?
I don't know what just happened.
Well, I can't see. So anyway, who knows? I think they're constantly doing things, dry runs and tests and all this stuff. But yeah, we experienced that interruption during COVID with coins. But come on. Someone in chat said the copper content in the penny is so much less today. You remember the other day when I let you hold the penny and it was almost like it felt like plastic? It didn't even feel like...
Yeah.
So that's been going on already. And
y'all, the devil is a liar. Our cute computer just went crazy. Keep talking.
Anyway, let's look at chat. Yes, become a partner with us. Thank you, Billy Mitchell. Be a part of this big picture family. Absolutely.
I'm mad, y'all.
Always about the money.
Hang on.
Very good comment. It certainly is in this segment of tonight's show. Tax money in general, changing our money, changing our systems. What is going to happen next? But
we're gonna have to go without our monitors. Our monitors are gone.
Well, then that's what we're gonna do.
Our monitors just shut down. Can y'all still see us good? Are we still coming through? Let's see what happens when I do this. Is we still gonna be able to do this? Okay, yeah, we'll still be able to do it. We just won't be able to look straight at you. We'll try to go up there and look straight at you, but we have to look at the screen. We're reading the screen. But we just lost all our monitors. The devil is a lie! Sound the alarm. Y'all better start praying right now. Breaking. Trump directs Elon Musk DOGE team. This is going to be the big one. One of the big ones. To conduct a comprehensive audit of the Pentagon.
Oh, boy.
Of the Pentagon, y'all. President Donald Trump revealed that he has directed the Musk Department of Government Efficiency to comprehensive audit of the Pentagon. During a press conference with Japan's prime minister, when asked by a reporter about directives related to Pentagon's budget reviews, Trump confirmed his decision. Yes, I have directed Musk to review Pentagon education, just about everything. We're going to go through everything. Just as it was so bad, we went through the horrible situation with USAID. I guess 97% of the people have been dismissed. It was very, very unfortunate. You're not going to find anything like that, but you're going to find a lot. it can be recalled that blah, 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 retain. By the way, I wanted to say this earlier, that when they shut down the USAID, they had 14,000 employees nationwide. They kept 294. I mean, and they're saying it, they put it all over in the State Department. It's now part of the State Department. This move cuts 97% of USAID's staff. He said, I've instructed him to go check the Pentagon, which is the military. Sadly, you're going to find things that are pretty bad, but I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw at USAID. And that's the video of it. But yeah, so I think when he goes to the Pentagon and then when he goes to Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, you know, look, he's pledged no, he's not going to touch it. He's not going to take away anybody's Medicaid, nobody's Social Security, even though the Democrats are saying that he's going to do that. The reality is this. It came out today that I was shocked by this. One of the things that the DOGE team found is there are not, I forgot the wording they used, Social Security numbers are not exclusive. They're non-duplicatable. They're not non-duplicatable. In other words, you can use the same number again. And they were saying that up to 10,000 people, I think it might have been a whole lot more than that, were using the same Social Security number and getting Social Security benefits. And illegal aliens were getting Social Security benefits. And that's, so when you get into that, they're not going, the legitimate people that paid into it that deserves it, nobody's going to lose that.
Right.
But we do need them to look into the fraud and the fraud of the Pentagon. The Pentagon, y'all, has not passed the audit in how many years now? I can't even remember what the term was, but it's many years. And remember, let's not forget, Rumsfeld, the day before 9/11, stood there the day before 9/11 and said we couldn't account for, what was it, $1 trillion? I
think it was $2 trillion.
$2 trillion at the Pentagon. They could not account for it.
We're about to get into it.
Yeah, we're about to get
We'll get back to you. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Goodness. We just had a terrible,
horrible
tragedy.
We were going to tell you today. I had a press conference scheduled today.
That lasted.
We need to talk about these towers coming down.
Many months. And we had to go to war. So, forget about that. Just forget all about that.
Yeah. I see everybody over here talking about my church. Yeah, I do pastor Solid Rock Church in Birmingham, Alabama. You can go to solidrockchurch.com, or if you're in the Birmingham area, come see us.
Absolutely.
And
we'd love to have you.
We would love to have you. But y'all, these are some of the things that USAID was also funding. All right, why is this not working now? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
This stopped working too? Okay, there we go. I don't know what's happening. Y'all, next thing I know is if we just all of a sudden go off the air, I'm telling you, the little demon gremlins are working.
If all the lights go out and all you can hear are our voices, if you really love us,
stay.
If you really love us, you will stay. Okay, stay. I got something right here. Stay with me.
Okay.
This is perfect for this occasion.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
here we go. You've been waiting to use that. Are you playing for USAID?
No, I'm doing that for us.
For us.
We need this. We need the sympathy.
Okay.
What?
One of the things that USAID, and there again, it messed up again. Why is it doing this?
That was a tiny violin, if you didn't get that.
That was a tiny violin. USA funded Al-Qaeda leaders' engineering degrees before 9/11.
Well, okay, stop. Leaders.
USAID funded Al-Qaeda leaders' engineering degrees years before 9/11.
We helped to educate and train the people that want to kill us?
Yes.
And many
others.
Others? Oh, my God.
Taxpayer-funded terror. The U.S. Agency for International Development provided full financial assistance to Anwar al-Awlaki. Say
that again.
Al-Awlaki, who later became a prominent figure within Al-Qaeda, enabling him to earn an engineering degree at Colorado State University.
Oh, we brought him over here.
Yes, in the late 19... Oh, you're going to really love the rest of this.
Okay.
Because I read this whole article. In the late 1990s, just years before the 9/11 attacks, The disclosure raises pressing questions about oversight within the U.S. foreign assistance programs and full extent of the deep state's involvement in 9/11. He was known for his influential sermons and writings that promoted extremist ideologies, which many of the 9/11 hijackers, such as Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Minhar.
Did you practice?
No, but I'm doing good tonight.
You are like quasi on fire.
Yeah.
Like, we're definitely in the ballpark as far as you're concerned.
Okay, ballpark's good. That's all I can get. If I can get the ballpark, I'm happy. We're exposed to be before the attacks. The records first uncovered by Intel Wire and later shared with investigative journalist Pamela Brown detail how they received full funding to study civil engineering at Colorado State University during the 1990s. Now, watch this right here. This is the documents that shows you the funding that USAID paid. But hold on. Here he is, getting ready to do one of his sermons. USAID publicly stated its mission on promoting global development and humanitarian efforts. What? Osama bin Laden. Y'all, that's supposed to be Osama bin Laden with the circle around his head when he was 14. Osama bin Laden at Oxford in 1971. He's approximately 14 in this image.
Okay. I want to say something right there.
Okay.
You may not have ever heard this, but what is it that the Osama bin Laden family did? They are in construction, and they had something to do, I think, with the towers in this country or some prominent building. But they were in
I'm not sure.
some facet of construction, I believe.
They were very wealthy.
They were very wealthy.
Very wealthy.
Obviously, business-wise, and I mean, I'm just getting really, really uncomfortable with this story right now.
Yeah, okay, well, you're going to really love this part.
Yay.
For example, the CIA funded Al-Qaeda leader, this is the alleged of the writer, Osama bin Laden in the 1980s during the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan, when bin Laden was a key figure within the Mujahideen. I got close. Providing him with financial resources, training, and logistical support as part of the broader U.S. strategy to counter Soviet influence in the region. Let me help you understand what that means, is that we, through different channels, through the CIA, helped educate and radicalize many of those in Al-Qaeda. During the Syrian civil war, the U.S. provided support to jihadist groups, some of which had affiliations with Al-Qaeda, under the pretext of promoting democracy and countering the Assad regime. USAID funded hundreds of thousands of meals to feed Al-Qaeda-affiliated fighters in Syria as they marched across the country, subjugating civilians and carrying out crimes against humanity. USAID.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I don't like it.
And you have people like this guy right here. Are y'all enjoying this show tonight? I mean, I'm not saying that you're enjoying what we're talking about because this just makes you mad. But are you glad you got a place where you're going to hear the truth and that you are going to, we're going to try to do it. We're not going to laugh at it, but we might try to make you laugh along the way to try to help it.
And sometimes we laugh to keep from crying.
We do.
Or having an anger outburst or whatever. Yeah.
What is that sound of music? A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. That's what we try to do. We're like a spoonful of sugar.
We must get the verses so you can do the entire song.
Yes, karaoke. But that's what we are. We're a spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine go down.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, think about it. That's who we are. All right, so look, we've systematically showed you things tonight that are disgusting that our government has been doing with your tax dollars. Yes. And this is what the Democrats are doing. Stop doing that. This thing is so messed up. Representative Hoyle says Dems won't fund the government if it undermines the American people. This is what she thinks is happening.
Courts have stepped in and paused a lot of Musk's actions over questions on legality.
I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah,
no doubt. With us now is Congresswoman Val Hoyle, a Democrat from Oregon.
Very important correction. It was Mary Poppins.
What did you say it was?
I said Sound of Music. Oh, yeah. And I was just corrected.
Thank you, CJ.
Loving. It wasn't CJ. It was Beauty from Ashes. Beauty from Ashes was the one that said
was it.
Yeah, she said
you were
that's
so
Mary Poppins.
smart. Thank you for catching that.
So thank you. I stand corrected.
I glossed right over that.
I stand corrected, Mary Poppins.
Oregon, who was a member of the bipartisan DOGE caucus, a group of bipartisan representatives trying to support at least the spirit of the efforts from Elon Musk, the so-called DOGE caucus. But now, Congresswoman, you have left that group. What pushed you over the edge? Why?
Well, I think that there's two different missions. Certainly, the bipartisan group, most of my colleagues, I would say, truly want to find efficiency in government, right? We have three different branches of government, and as the legislative branch, we came here to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars.
I'm sorry, I can't listen to her. Because she just basically goes on to say, she'll take 10 minutes to say, I totally disagree with the way they're doing it. They are trying to hack into personal information and all of this. And that's just what they're doing. But it doesn't stop there. I want to show you this next one. This is the lawfare continuing. This is lawfare continuing. It's been going on throughout ever since we've known about Trump having a political desire, whatever. Obama judge temporarily blocks Musk DOGE access to important Treasury Department payment systems, orders immediate destruction. Listen to this. One guy thinks he has the right to do this. Orders immediate destruction of the executive branch of the United States government. The president orders them to destroy all data obtained since Trump's inauguration. Musk responds with ruling with fire. This is the guy here who's just, he is the same guy that earlier in the show I told you said, and furthermore, you have to send any potential freezes of programs to me, and I will let you know if I feel like they're a good thing to freeze. This guy right here, Judge Paul Engelmeyer. CNN reported on Saturday that a federal judge had halted the government's efficiencies program. It said that it cited a risk of irreparable harm. The order temporarily stops access to a sensitive payment system that distributes Americans' tax returns, Social Security benefits, disability payments, and federal employees' salaries. Moreover, Engelmeyer ordered the destruction of any downloaded information by anyone given access since January 20th. The risk of the new policy represents the disclosure of blah, 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 blah. CNN reports a hearing on the case is scheduled for Valentine's Day, February 14th. The ruling is absolutely insane, he wrote. How on earth, let's look at his tweet here. This ruling is absolutely insane, Elon Musk. How on earth, listen, there again, what was the two words you've been saying all night long? Common sense. The ruling is absolutely insane. How on earth are we supposed to stop fraud and waste of taxpayer money without looking at how money is spent? This is literally impossible. Something super shady is going on to protect scammers.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
This is super shady.
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all know it's
very
true.
sus. Very sus.
Shall I continue?
Please do.
Now, you know, the one that's always saying that we're the ones that are calling for violence and all this. But yet, look here. You saw how Maxine treated the guy in the front, doxing him. At one point, she says, don't look down. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Just trying to embarrass him.
Right.
So a Tennessee liberal, woke preacher, I'm calling it like it is. If it's your pastor and you know this guy, I'm telling you right now, you go tell him some crazy guy that people says looks like the Holy Ghost Alex Jones screaming on camera named Larry Ragland called you a woke pastor because you are. Get violent and fight, he said. Tennessee Reverend tells Christians to stop Elon Musk at whatever means necessary. This is him. This is in the pulpit.
And in this nation, I'm worried that we are on the verge of bloodshed.
dangerous.
This is an attempt to take us back to a day that we do not want to go, and we will not go.
That's not what this is about.
Therefore, there will be conflict. I pray that the peace of God will win out and overcome the madness that is.
Look, if there's conflict because people are trying to still fund this LGBT and all this wokeness around the world. That's the conflict that's going to come because they can't stand the money being taken away.
Right.
Preacher, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, if he is trying to incite violence, do you know what needs to happen? He needs to hear at the door, and we need to have some counseling.
That's right.
G-Man needs to come and explain to him what you're doing has consequences in the real world.
Yeah, exactly.
Over this nation. And I will say to you, beloved, no one likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary. When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check,
he done that.
There is the possibility of violence. Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent and fight. Well, someone might say, now, Reverend, you shouldn't be talking about violence. This isn't the Christian thing to do. Well, I will say, why not talk this way? Because Jesus did.
Oh, don't you do
Jesus said in this key verse, didn't he?
Don't say it.
The kingdom of heaven suffers what? Violence.
That is not what he meant.
The violent take it by force.
The kingdom of heaven is a spiritual entity. He did not call for physical violence. He was talking about spiritual warfare, preacher.
Right. The kingdom of God is a war zone. It is a battlefield. You did know this, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I knew it. Woo, ain't nothing in the world fires me up like preachers trying to take advantage of the word of God like that. But
for their own agendas.
That was a call to violence.
It was, and guess what?
He can deny it, but that's what it was.
If you had done it at our church over whatever reason,
I'm very careful not to do that.
Very careful to not do anything like that. We may very well have gotten a visit from someone.
Yeah, absolutely, we would have.
So
now I know sometimes that in life, violence has to happen. That's wars. That's one of the most famous statements that I quote all the time is freedom is never guaranteed. Freedom is never voluntarily given to the oppressed. It must be demanded by the oppressed to the oppressor. So we understand that. And it's one thing like if somebody comes in your house, somebody invades and starts harming, we have a right to defend ourselves. We have a right to protect our family. But when you're talking about simply giving people access to find fraud, no one has said they're going to take your check. No one has said they're going to take your ID from you. It's being twisted to spark fear to try to stop ultimately the fraud being exposed. That's what this is about.
This argument about they have getting access to your personal information, they have access to your personal information.
They already had it.
If someone's seeking to exploit you or damage you, which there's no evidence of at this moment.
No.
But come on.
I'm not saying it wouldn't.
They've had access to your personal information.
Yeah. But what I'm saying to this preacher and to people like that, you have to be very careful when you have influence.
Yes.
Now, I have influence in my church, I have influence in my family, I have influence on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand I have to answer for what I say.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to defend my family, and I'm not afraid to say I'm patriotic, and I'm not afraid to say the things that I say here. Yeah. But when you have influence and you're standing up there and you are using that to tell them, listen, if you see, this is what this means. If you see violence happen in the streets, and they say they're doing it because of what Elon Musk is doing, it's justified. No, it's justified if there's oppression, if there is harm, physical harm to your family. You are justified to defend your family. You are justified, but you are not justified to carry a narrative to work somebody up simply because waste and fraud is being exposed. I don't care if anybody likes it or not. I don't care. I am a pastor. Right. I understand that my words mean things too that I'm saying, but what I'm saying to you right now is not what that preacher said.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that clip was going to be a lot more intense and way worse than what it was. Now, it was still wrong.
It was not intense.
There was still...
And I get where he's coming from.
Right. There still was some incitement, but I honestly thought it was going to be a lot more blatant, like, speeches and narratives that we've seen and heard in the past. But,
and I will say this to that pastor. If the word gets to that pastor, let me calm down a little bit and just say that
yes,
I love
please,
you, pastor.
Please.
I love you, pastor. Okay. Let me just say that I love pastors. And I got a little fired up there. I got a little carried away.
A little fired up.
I know I did. And I apologize for going a little bit too far. But what I'm trying to say to you, pastor, is everything you said sometimes needs to be said. But when you said that about sometimes violence has to, when he starts trying to take away your whatever, you need to storm the gates. That's what I was talking about. So I'm in trouble now. All right. I know I am. I regret going a little bit too far there because that's not who I am. I'm a little fired up tonight. Y'all give me a little bit of grace tonight. But yeah, we don't need to be calling for violence.
No.
If you ever feel me on this show calling for violence, you calm me down.
Okay.
I need you to, because I don't want to do that. I don't want anybody thinking that that's what we're doing here.
Look, I don't want to personally attack.
That's not what we're doing here.
I didn't agree with it, but it was not so off color and color or whatever that it was just horrible. I thought the presentation was tempered. It wasn't just all out screaming.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, the crux of it was not what needs to come out of a pulpit, and it's certainly not what needs to happen, because, we are in a different administration. If people, I don't know what the reaction would be if there were violent demonstrations or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will be addressed properly, but we haven't really seen that yet in this administration. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think it got me so fired up is because we've just done that thing about Christianity Today. And as a pastor of the same church for 30 years and 35 years in ministry, it just literally just burns me up and disgusts me to see what some pastors, not saying this about that pastor, but what some pastors are allowing into the church and calling it okay with God, because God said, turn the other cheek, or Jesus said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And they use that and twist that to just justify anything.
Are you talking about that male pole dancer at that men's conference?
No. Listen, hold no. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about drag queens in the pulpit. I'm talking about things like that to that extreme. But what I'm saying is, this has got to stop, church. Church, we got to understand who we are in this moment. We have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. We wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm not preaching right now, but I guess I am.
Yes, you are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's change it up just a little bit here with all my crazy stuff going on with my computer. Sorry about that.
Okay. I'm about
all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's about to be elbow in the ribs from me, okay? I do not have a monitor to know where I'm supposed to be looking, and you've changed that 4 times in the last 10 seconds.
All right, so look, y'all bear with us for just a second, because we're going through all kinds of stuff right now. Just
I'm
to
trying
keep this show.
to stay with you, but he keeps going back and forth.
All right, look. Okay, so
I know. I'm just going on with you. I got it.
Right.
I'm just saying, stop it.
Right.
Stop doing it so fast.
Well, the reason is, look, it keeps putting up something I don't even know what it is. So when I do this, look at that one.
I've got it. I'm just saying, stop it.
Okay. Y'all, Uncle Jim, they're trying to hurry us up. They're like, bring on Uncle Jimmy.
Where is he?
Or maybe
get out from under the. Come on.
Maybe Nancy's saying this. Uncle Jimmy messing with us. Uncle Jimmy might be messing with us.
We're
almost there.
Happening.
Uncle Jimmy's coming real soon. Air Force One pilot announces on President Trump's way home from the Super Bowl to the reporters, and I'm sure they loved it. If you look out to the right, you will see the Gulf of America. Yes. I was hoping that I had the video.
America.
I didn't have the video.
America.
So he says Donald Trump's on his way back from the Super Bowl. During his press conference, President Trump made headlines by announcing that the day was now declared the day of the Gulf of America. Sunday, February 9th, is now called the first ever Gulf of America Day. President Trump, as we're flying right over it now, so we thought this would be appropriate, even bigger than the Super Bowl. This is a big thing. Almost everybody now has assented to that. The pilot announced over the speaker, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please direct your attention to the right side of the aircraft, Air Force One is currently in international waters. For the first time in history, flying over the recently renamed Gulf of America. Please enjoy the flight as we are now about to head westbound to Super Bowl 59. So, y'all, I mean, you have to give Donald Trump one thing. He is an entertainer. He knows how to script a scene. I mean, that was just perfect. He's sitting there. He's got the Gulf of America thing up there. He's signing the declaration, and then right over the top of the Gulf of America, and the pilot says, for the first time ever, Air Force One is flying over the Gulf of America. I mean, come on.
Don't miss an opportunity.
Don't miss an opportunity. Real quick, rapid fire. As a result of see what it does to me right here every single time. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna have to roll with it. Y'all just roll with us.
Roll with me, okay? I'm just gonna keep on doing this.
Let's all roll together.
Shift.
Oh, really, Zilren? Is that right, Zilren? I hadn't known that. Zilren says she just checked Google Maps and it is changed.
Okay, I'll look at that later myself.
Last time I checked, it was not there. Somebody said Uncle Jimmy is still detained at Area 51. Yep.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. Uncle Jimmy knew who we were. That's what it was. He tipped him off.
You know, because he has not been here in.
Yeah, we've lost. Is it Uncle Jimmy that we lost?
No.
No, we lost the chicken.
We lost the chicken. We lost the chicken, but
we lost the golden chicken.
But Uncle Jimmy did have a short. He is back.
He's back. But you know, there's a great mystery, y'all, for those that follow our show. We had the Golden Chicken Award. We have no idea where that golden chicken.
The grandkids,
they deny it.
Absolutely say they had nothing
to do with it. So y'all, the golden chicken is nowhere to be found. But following the executive order, the Olympics saying that they may completely ban trans competitors as a top priority as a result of the executive. I'm not going to read it all, but y'all, the NCAA has already come out. Nobody thought this would happen this fast. And if the Olympics actually do this, I will be shocked. I will literally be shocked.
Maybe we can
because that's a worldwide thing.
Maybe we can clean up that pre-Olympic show this year.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening.
And we won't have such a mess like they had last
year.
But
on the flip side of not everything going in the right direction, we knew this was coming. But today was the official change of the name. Officially, from the Boy Scouts are no longer known as the Boy Scouts. And they haven't been for a while.
Okay.
But on their 115th anniversary, they officially changed their name to Scouting America. And Scouting America is called that because now girls can be in it, and girls have been able to be in it for a few years now. But here's my question. There's still Girl Scouts out there. So I don't hear boys trying to get into Girl Scouts. I'm sure they probably are some. But so if you've got girls in the Boy Scouts and now it's just called Scouting America, I mean no disrespect, ladies, by this statement, is the only thing that's really left of why we have Girl Scouts is the cookies?
No.
I mean, what does I mean, come on. The girls, what do I'm in so much trouble tonight. I'm getting in so much trouble.
Yes, you are.
What was you in a Girl Scouts?
Briefly.
What did y'all do?
It's been a very long time ago. Now they will, go camping and try to, learn different things while you're on camping trips. You try to learn different things when you're at regular weekly meeting. You try to go represent at functions. I think we did some kind of routine at a function one time, but it's been an extremely long time ago.
So what was it that you didn't get to do in the Girl Scouts that the girls wanted so bad to do in the Boy Scouts?
No, I couldn't tell you that. I don't know. I couldn't compare the two, especially this many years later. So I don't know about that.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, y'all have no idea what this is about, but here it is. Here it is, y'all. Wonder what this story's about. This is a crazy story. This is what I would like to call tonight strange and unusual stories from around the world.
Macrame. Thanks, Billy.
Total macrame. Total chaos. Monkey. One monkey blamed for an entire nation's power being cut in Sri Lanka.
Oh, wow.
Is that crazy? I thought this would be a funny little story here. A fun little story. Yeah. Energy minister says a monkey came in contact with a grid transformer, causing an hours-long outage in the sweltering heat and a countrywide power outage in Sri Lanka.
Believe that?
I don't know. I really don't. But I mean, if you're thinking up a narrative to try to tell you that the power grid got hacked, would you come up with saying, y'all, we've determined it was one monkey? Who believes it?
I don't myself.
I just thought I'd throw that one in there for just.
I worked at an office many years ago, and they said a squirrel got up on top.
Oh, we've had a squirrel knock our power out of the church, remember?
Yeah, but we're talking about a couple of blocks, not the entire country.
That's true. The entire country. A monkey.
Is it so fragile that one monkey incident can put everybody in the dark?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the story. It's a crazy story that a monkey is. But the big story is, can a monkey, can an animal shut down the entire power grid?
Which is why I don't believe it.
Well, y'all been waiting for him. Here you go. Uncle Jimmy!
He's our guy.
Because it is the Supernatural AI Update. I'm going to tell you right now, that never gets old. That is one of the finest productions.
It might get a little old.
No. Never gets old. Never gets old. All right, so of course it is the supernatural and AI, which means it's going to deal with UFOs, aliens, and of course it's always going to be AI because AI is leading the news right now.
Oh, yeah.
And how about this breaking news that I didn't know anything about earlier today? Musk made an offer to buy OpenAI today. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. And wow.
Yeah, wow. Musk-led investor group offers $97.4 billion for OpenAI.
Does he come up with all of this money?
Exactly. Altman quickly declined. In fact, he replied, I don't know if I've got it in this article, he retweeted, no thanks, but let's see if this is right here. 97.4 billion. And Altman replied, I want to get it just right, what he said, if it's in here. Oh, yeah, it says, in a post on X, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman wrote, no, thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want. Musk then replied to Altman on X, swindler. In a reply to a different user called him Scam Altman. So yeah, that's, I don't know if that was even real, but the AI wars are upon us. Right. There's no doubt about it. Who's going to control? And Sam Altman and Musk, they started, he was a part of OpenAI when it first started, but then he backed out because he didn't like where it was going. But they are like the top competitors. Yes. And a guy that many of you follow along with us, Mike from around the world, who's usually pretty accurate on some of the things he's saying. He said the other night that it is known in the intelligence world that the most powerful computer in the world is owned by Elon Musk, and it is in Memphis, and that Grok, the AI version of X, is going to be the most powerful AI chatbot in the world. And I had not heard anybody say that.
I hadn't heard that either, but hey, yeah, smash the competition and let that be one less problem along your way of all these things that you're trying to do. But they each have their own agendas, and here we go.
Here we go. So in other Sam Altman news, OpenAI boss Sam Altman this week said that human-level intelligence is coming, and it will not be fair. He goes on to say that it will be used to control the population. He's admitting this through mass surveillance and loss of autonomy. AI crosses a red line after learning to replicate itself, was the article head here. It says it's coming into view. Artificial intelligence that rivals or surpasses human intelligence is coming into view. According to the head of ChatGPT creator, OpenAI, though its benefits will not be distributed equally. The creation of human-level AI known as AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, is the core mission of OpenAI. Through its development has led to concerns that such technology could pose an existential threat to humanity. You think so? Systems that start to point to AGI are coming into view. And so we think it's important to understand the moment we are in. The future will be coming at us in a way that is impossible to ignore. the long-term changes to our society and economy will be huge. The balance of power between capital and labor, according to Mr. Altman, which could further exacerbate wealth inequality. Now, don't go anywhere, because at the very end of tonight's program, I'm going to show you a video that's, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's going to basically go to the future. It is a conglomerate of views of 2030. Remember Agenda 2030?
Yes.
And this is literally what they think in the AI community. They predicted it and they acted it out in a simulation created by AI of what our world will be like in 2030. And y'all,
you're showing that?
I'm going to show that at the end of the program. So don't anybody go anywhere. That what the world's going to look like. So let's just rapid fire a few AI things here. This is AI here, once again quoting that it has already crossed a critical red line after demonstrating that it can self-replicate. So AI is being said openly is now currently self-replicating already. Remember that video that I showed you last week? It was very interesting because the godfather of AI was being interviewed by CBS 60 Minutes. And he said, are you trying to say that it can now do things on its own? And how can it do things on its own? We created it. And the godfather of AI said, no, we didn't.
Exactly.
No, we didn't. He said, what you need to understand is, and what we know is that we created the learning mechanism of the algorithm. And then when it started learning, it made itself. It's already there. And I'd like to show you about examples, as creepy as they are, of the technology of the world that we live in and how it's already there. And I'm going to really show you tonight how it's not coming, it's already there, that we really can't tell the difference in a lot of times from what is real and what is AI.
What is a human and what is a generated?
A generated human.
Generated human.
Yeah, generated human. So this right here, what I'm about to show you is a website that is a AI video creator that can take any picture, and now they're going back and taking very historical paintings and pictures, one picture, and turning them into real life characters speaking. Y'all, this is freaky. I'm going to refresh it, maybe so it'll start over. Julius Caesar. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. From a statue of his head, a bust. What's this? Cleopatra. None of these people are real. Vincent van Gogh. And how creepy is they all smile? How creepy. All of them, when they're assigned to do it, they smile with that grin like, I'm here. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Look at this. That's crazy. Abraham Lincoln is talking. I'm not playing the audio because I don't want to get flagged. Aristotle. He's standing there looking at you. Is that creepy? Michelangelo. Wow. There's no audio on purpose. People are asking it's just music. It's just music. If I play the music, I'll get flagged. Nikola Tesla. King Tutankhamun, is that how you say it? Tutankhamun. Augustus. A little smirk. Why do they all smile? That's what creeps me out. And then that's, of course, going back to Julius Caesar. So y'all, I was just showing you the video. I wasn't showing you the audio, so there's nothing wrong with the audio there. But was that creepy?
Yeah, a little.
Now.
It was.
Now, here's what I'm going to show you here. This is the part. I've got 3 more things that I'm going to quickly show you. So don't go anywhere. 3 more things. But I want to freeze this right here. And I'm going to back it up so she sort of looks like this. Let me show you something. All right, come on. What's going on? Y'all, I'm under attack. What is happening?
You're doing great. Just hang in there.
What is happening?
We're getting close.
Why is it not?
And dystopian extreme.
Okay, I'm going to stop right here. So this is a channel. I'm about to freak you out. I love studying AI. Yes. All right. So you know how the algorithm works. You start watching things about a subject, you start getting its other things suggested, right? You follow me? So I started looking at AI and started studying a lot for the show. So this girl, Julia McCoy, has a big channel. She's got 95,000 subscribers, and she's the CEO of a company, and she's been making videos for years, like these talking head videos, like you see right here. So I'm watching several videos on her talking about where AI is going because her company is in the AI world. Yeah. Then 2 or 3 videos in, because I'm fast forwarding through it, I'm watching her. She says something that shocks me. Yeah. She says, full disclosure for those that don't know.
Oh, you're about to mess me up really bad, aren't you?
I am an avatar.
That's great.
Created by Julia, who is the CEO of our company, who is right now currently going around the country speaking at seminars and training people on what is coming. But she wrote this script, and all of the videos on this channel are all generated AI. I am not real.
That's great.
This girl, y'all, this young lady that you're about to hear is not just AI generated. I've seen this woman in real life. I've watched her in real life. It is an exact clone replica of the real Julia McCoy. If the Julia McCoy did not say it. Now, there's a couple of times that you could probably figure it out, little jerk here and there and the wording and all this, if you didn't know any better. But if you didn't know that it was AI, you would not be looking for those things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it made me realize, how many videos am I watching on YouTube that are not real people? So let's watch here, because we're going to, and this may even get me flagged too, because y'all, I'm getting flagged left and right. I hope I don't. Please, algorithm, don't flag me, because I want people to see this. Because this is called A Day in 2030. Life in the early, what year is this?
2025.
So less than 5 years from now, June 2030, it's called Life in the Early Post-Labor Economy. Understanding now, this person is not real. The entire background is not real. The microphone is not real. The whiteboard, the light in the back, even the sign that's blurred out that says, do what you love, live in the back. All of that is not real.
Instead, showing you a real period of transition where
this is a perfect replica of her voice, because I've heard the real one talk. This is her voice. The avatar says she recreated my voice and my image, and I am her avatar.
where society is adapting to new economic and social realities. Ready? This was a request from a YouTube commenter. Thank you, Mr. X. Sarah gradually wakes up. Natural light fills her bedroom.
This is her describing a narrative of 2030, of how life is going to be in 2030.
No alarm needed since her schedule is largely self-determined now. Her AI home system has already adjusted the temperature and started brewing coffee, having learned her preferences over time. While she gets ready for the day, her home's utility robot is tidying up and starting a load of laundry. The robot isn't quite as advanced as sci-fi predicted. It's more focused on specific household tasks than being a humanoid companion. But it handles the routine maintenance that used to eat up so much.
I want to remind you one more time. She's not real. Her voice is not real. And the movie that she's talking as a voiceover over, none of it is real.
Nothing's real.
Nothing that you are watching is real.
Of Sarah's time.
Like really happened and was recorded.
Yeah, nothing.
To be edited and in production.
Nothing. Nothing was edited. Every single thing you are seeing and hearing is not real.
For no good reason. Humans doing machine work. Over breakfast, Sarah reviews her investment dashboard. Like most people in 2030, she's transitioned from being purely a worker to being part owner in various automated systems through decentralized ownership structures. Her portfolio includes shares in the local automated vertical farm collective that supplies much of her food, the regional renewable energy network, several AI-driven creative content platforms, and a stake in the automated manufacturing facility. that produces household goods for her community. The returns, combined with her universal basic
All right, listen, this is how you're going to get paid.
is household goods for her community. The returns, combined with her universal basic income stipend, provide a comfortable standard of living that removes the desperate search for a paycheck from Sarah's life. This hybrid model of UBI plus decentralized ownership emerged as a key solution to maintain economic agency as traditional employment declined. Sarah.
That's all I'm going to play of it. It goes on for about another 5 minutes. A detail, almost like a documentary. But y'all, nothing you just saw was real. Nothing.
Whew. We had something probably 3 or 4 months ago where they were drones, planes supposedly flying over a village that which was supposed to be a movie, but none of those things were real.
Yeah.
So if you were watching, we had a little taste of that.
Right. Right.
But that was just a general, I mean, it was very impressive, the supposed cinematography. But, you know, you go into something like this, I've got robot vacuums moving and all this, you know, common stuff. And no, it's not real. None of it is real. None of this is real.
Nothing was edited.
That didn't actually happen. That vacuum cleaner didn't actually, you know, clean that area of floor. That robot didn't really open an oven and take something out or put something in.
Well, listen, real quick before I show you this last couple of things here that you don't want to miss. Trust me, you don't want to miss. I want to let you know about something very special coming up tomorrow. If tomorrow, I'm looking right here to make sure I had it right. Tomorrow at 11 Eastern, 10 Central. You know we do everything Central here, but they're in the Eastern time zone. My friend Evan DiDio and his channel, Encounter Today, is a huge channel. I think he's got, 531,000 subscribers. They do a live show every week, once a week, and they've asked me to come on there. So I want to encourage you. It's just, and I'll link it down below after the show. It's Encounter Today TV, youtube.com/Encounter Today TV, but I'll link it down below. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, I will be as his guest, and we're going to be talking about UFOs. We're going to be talking about aliens, Nephilim. We're going to talk about our trip to Area 51, talk about my book. I'm very honored to be on Alan's show. So go over there and subscribe to his channel tonight. I'll have the link down below. And then once we have the show, the actual show, I'll link the show as well for you to go to. But join me over there tomorrow. I'd love to have our Big Picture family represent in the live chat because his son Evan runs the live chat, and he'll be calling people out. So you can get over there tomorrow and join us live, and our Big Picture family can represent. So I'll link that down below. It's not there now, but as soon as the show's over with, it'll be there. And I just wanted to tell you all about that. So I'm very excited and very honored to be a part of there.
It's a great opportunity.
Real quick, I want to show you a couple of things that's some good news. Some good news, y'all. Let me just show you that God is working. Jordan Peterson, many of you, I don't know how you feel about Jordan Peterson. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is this. He's been on a journey. These people have been on a journey. And all this crazy stuff that we cover, what is happening is God is using these kind of mediums to reach people that would have never been reached by a regular church. Would you agree? Jordan Peterson he's an intellectual. A lot of people think he's a jerk and all this, but he was on a journey. His wife got saved, his child got saved, his daughter got saved, but he was still teaching the Bible as a literary landmark, but he would not accept it. He's never said that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Well, y'all, let me tell you something. This month, January 16th, look what John Rich did. This is just a few seconds, but listen to this.
Again, because I want to be clear. Is what is the God you believe in?
I think that the claim that Christ is the embodiment of the prophet and the laws, I think that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's complicated. It's very, very complicated. But I think it's true.
So you believe that Jesus was
God?
God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Again, because I
got to do that again, because that's just like a running meme. If y'all know that, when people do that, that's just awesome. But let's play that last part one time.
God.
Yeah. God?
God.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm not through. I'm giving you some hope here. Joe Rogan, major atheist, has been on a journey because of things like this, listening to things that we talk about, bringing on guests that may be raw. In fact, you're going to hear an F word in just a minute, so be prepared for that. It's okay. But watch this. Look how God is working.
One of the things that I've gotten out of Pam, I've probably watched 20 hours of your stuff.
Joe Rogan just admitted he watched 20 hours of an apologist, theologian, Wes Huff's teaching the Bible
over the last couple of weeks. And you've spent a lot of time on this. This is not a casual, cursory examination of these texts and of religion. This is a long journey. And that's what's particularly exceptional and really interesting to me, because I'm always fascinated by people that have really gone down the road, like really gone down the road, because you don't meet a whole lot of them. You know, I know a lot of Christians that can quote you some versions of the New Testament, some Psalms, but the go all the way to the back, way. And that's what you've done. That's very interesting. So one of the things that I've got.
All right. But then this one right here is where you're going to hear the F word. So he was with Wes Huff, and this is the last thing we'll show you tonight, just so you know the journey, so we can pray for Joe Rogan and people like him. Because, our show, we want to see our show grow. It's never going to be Joe Rogan. But y'all, Joe Rogan is the biggest podcast in the world. What if Joe Rogan gave his heart to God? What if Joe Rogan fully gave his heart to God?
Wow.
And I've got a friend that's telling me that he's secretly, and I don't know if it's true, but allegedly he's secretly been visiting a church in Texas. But this is when he had the OG conspiracy theorist Mel Gibson, y'all, who made The Passion of the Christ. He's on there talking about a lot of things. He's on there. While he's on there, his house is burning to the ground. Mel Gibson's house is burning to the ground while he's taping this episode, and he knows it. But he's talking about Jesus. He's talking about the sequel to The Passion of the Christ, and he's talking about the resurrection. Y'all listen to this, and this has got Joe Rogan, and this is why I'm showing this to all this craziness tonight to leave you with some good news that God is doing something.
Trying to make it,
historical stuff. Well, I regard the Gospels as history. It's verifiable history. Some people say, "Oh, it's a fairy tale. He never existed," but he did. And there are other accounts, verifiable historical accounts outside the biblical ones that also bear this up. That yes, he did exist. And the other aspect of that is that all the evangelists, the apostles who went out there. Every single one of those guys died rather than deny their belief. And nobody dies for a lie.
Nobody dies for a lie.
Nobody.
Right.
Come on.
So that's part of what I'm doing. It's like showing nobody dies for a lie.
Yeah. Well, the resurrection is the one that is the most difficult for people to swallow.
Yes.
That's the one that requires the most faith.
The most faith and the most belief. Yeah, resurrection.
Yeah.
Who gets back up 3 days later after he gets murdered in public? Who gets back up under his own power? Buddha didn't do that shit.
Right.
So
it's rough.
You believe that was a real event?
Yeah, I do.
Woo! Joe Rogan talking about the resurrection, Mel Gibson doing what no preacher's doing, going into the influential world and telling on you better get right with God. This is the longest show we've done in a long time. Did you know we've been on here 2 hours and 13 minutes?
I'm looking at my phone right now.
Yeah. Look, it's been worth it. It's been legendary. This has been a great show. We love you guys. Partner with us. Let us know. And by the way, we want to tell you, I'm going to the National Religious Broadcasters again this year.
Yes.
In just a few weeks, I'm going to be doing some shows from there, doing some interviews.
Help send this man.
I need you to help me. That's what the partners are doing. The partners are sending me there. But watch this. All I can tell you is I have an appointment with somebody while I'm there that could be massive for this channel. Massive. And for the kingdom of God, more than anything, for the kingdom of God, to grow this channel. I need to get there. I need to pray. I need you to help me pray. And then as I know something, I'll let you know, but it could be a huge, huge opportunity.
I'm sure you'll be reporting.
I will be reporting from there. It's coming up next couple of weeks from and you'll be with me via remote.
And you'll be with an actual friend.
Yeah, I will actually be hanging out with Tony Merkel from the Confessionals.
Yeah.
We're staying together. Got an Airbnb together. Me and my friend, and he's going to be there, and we're going to be hanging out together and we'll probably do a show together.
Good.
Maybe on his and him on mine. Yeah, I'll be hanging out with him at the house and traveling back and forth. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with my buddy Tony. But God bless you. Any parting thoughts?
This has been one for the books in more ways than one.
In more ways than one. And by the way, y'all, we barely made it through. I've got a ragtag computer here.
I hope you can fix these problems that happened tonight.
It's a miracle that we're even still on here. We ain't woke. We certainly are awake.
Certainly awake.
God bless. Bye, y'all.
Would you like to help us build the big picture family? We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. All you have to do is go to our website at LarryRagland.com and make a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly partner. Any amount is a blessing and an encouragement to us. While you're there, make sure you get a copy of our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect with us on our social media links, and join our mailing list. We appreciate it. And remember, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.